welcome to my class. Today I wanted to really think about how much our bodies do for us every day. And when I come to the mat, sometimes I'm excited to come here, and sometimes I'm tired. But whenever I show up to my mat, I always want to show gratitude to my physical body and also honor wherever I am right now in this moment. So as I created this class, I really wanted to focus on where all of us are in this moment and just to honor that, wherever that is. There's no good, there's no bad, we just are. And I wanted to honor my own physical and spiritual self. So hopefully you all will feel that as well as we go through this lovely yoga class. And I'm so excited that you're here with me today. So to begin, I also wanted to let you know that at any point, if something doesn't feel right to you, if it's uncomfortable, or absolutely if it hurts, honor your body and don't do it. You can always meet me in child's pose or savasana or whatever pose feels comfortable to you, and honoring your body and your process and your journey. So with that, I wanted to start today with a little alternate breathing, alternate nostril breathing. And this to me is really wonderful to sort of relax and get into a good headspace of just calm and relaxation. So the way that I do it is I have my right hand, because I'm right-handed, and these two fingers, I'm going to go ahead, my pointer finger, my middle finger, and I'm going to fold them down so that they look like this. I'm going to use my ring finger and my thumb to press on my nostrils alternately. So what we're going to do just a few rounds of breath for this. I'm going to start with my right nostril. So, and this might feel strange to you, and if it does, you can always go back to regular breathing, no problem at all. Give it a moment to just sort of figure it out, because I know when I first started doing this, my brain, it was like yoga for my brain in a way, and my brain needed to catch up to what my physical body was doing, in all honesty. So if this is new to you, remember everything here is a practice and it's all a journey. So these two fingers down, and I'm going to start with my thumb on my right nostril. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to inhale through my left nostril. I'm going to hold. I'm going to switch. And I'm going to exhale through my right nostril. Inhale, hold, and switch. And exhale. Okay? Inhale, hold, and switch. Exhale. Perfect. We're going to do a couple rounds of these, okay? So I'm going to just continue breathing. I'm going to let you breathe as well. And as you do this, you can start to continue to breathe deeper into your belly. So you're going to, maybe at first you'll feel your breath is a little bit up in your chest, no problem. As you deepen that breath, go deeper down into your belly and sort of think about where you want that oxygen to go in your body as you continue practicing. Alternate nostril breathing, just so great for anxiety, put you in a calm space. Excellent. Perfect. Good. And then we're just going to take a few normal cleansing breaths here. Wonderful. And then we're going to bring our attention back to our bodies. Just stay in easy seat if you'd like. You can take one leg in front of the other. You're always welcome. I have my blocks here to use a block under your sit bones if you want to. That might give you just a little bit more space as we start. I'll pop one under mine right now just to give me a little more space. It gives me more space into my lower back. Allows my lungs to have a little bit more space, encourages my spine to stay a little bit straighter. Perfect. And we're just gonna let our head with our right ear start to drop to our right shoulder softly. You'll feel a stretch on that left side of the neck. Just starting to open ourselves up, and just remember honoring wherever you are. And then we'll gently let our chin roll down to the front of our chest. And then our left ear over to our left shoulder. Nice stretch. Then we'll let our head find center again. I'm going to do this on the other side. So we'll let our left ear come down to the left shoulder. We'll let our chin drop down to our chest. And then right ear over to right shoulder, just gently taking a moment of breathing. Perfect. We'll find our way back to center with our head. Open your eyes maybe. Take a nice deep breath, and we're going to take our arms and we're going to reach them up to the sky. Maybe your gaze turns upward too. Taking a breath here. Excellent. We're going to let the arms just sort of cactus back. A nice soft heart opener. Remember, just honoring wherever you are. And then reaching back up to the sky with the arms. Gaze turns upward maybe. And then cactus those arms back. Just nice heart opener. Trying to think about keeping your ears over your shoulders if you can. And one more time we'll come up. And we'll cactus our arms back open. And then we'll bring our hands back to our knees. And I'm going to remove my block now. So I'm going to do some stretching on the floor. I'm going to just allow myself to come forward. Just do a nice forward stretch, gentle. Allow your back and your head to just sort of softly fall over. Excellent. And then we'll slowly rise back up. We're going to take our right hand and we'll stretch it way up. I'm going to grasp it with my left hand, my wrist to my left hand. And I'm just going to do a nice and gentle stretch over to the left. And this is going to create some space right in here, right in those ribs. Perfect for what I need right now. I'm going to smile a little bit. I'm going to give some joy, even though honestly it's a bit stiff. That's all right. And I'm going to continue my breathing as as I feel those ribs sort of stretch open a little bit more. And then I'll gently release my hands down for a breath. And then I'll take my left arm up. I'm gonna take my right arm to my left wrist, my right hand to my left wrist. And I'm gonna gently bring it over on this side. Same thing now, creating space on the left side ribs. This is all about honoring yourself, honoring where you are right now, and helping your body just create a little space. Maybe we've been sitting at our desk all day, or maybe we've been doing some physical labor. Perfect. Excellent. And then I'm going to gently take my left hand to my right knee. My right hand is going to come just a little bit behind me, and I'm going to do a gentle twist to the right. My gaze might look over my right shoulder. Stay here for a moment. Beautiful. Find center again. Perfect. And then we're going to find our way to the left. So right hand to the left knee, left hand slightly behind you. As we look behind, our gaze sort of goes over our left shoulder. Just a nice gentle twist here. Perfect. Go ahead and take one of my legs. My right leg is going to stretch long, and my left leg is going to stay at my thigh with my foot. And I'm going to find a nice stretch to my toe. Maybe both arms, maybe just one arm, whatever feels good to you today. We're just stretching, we're just melting. You might feel a stretch in your hamstring here. I also feel a stretch back here into my lower back and my side body. So just take a few breaths and just stretch down and let it just sort of melt. I'm finding my way back up to center. And I'm going to swap that out. Left leg comes straight out. Right leg, right foot to right thigh. And same thing here. I'm just going to stretch over. Maybe I hook my toe. Maybe I can't get to my toe. Maybe this is all I can do today. That's beautiful and perfect, because it's wherever you are today in this moment. We're going to honor our body. Maybe you go all the way down to the floor, because that's what's comfortable for you today. Again, just finding that stretch. Sort of a moment for me to listen to my body, because to be honest with you, all day long, I pretty much ignore it. I wish that I could tell you otherwise, but that's the truth. I just kind of go along my day and assume my body's going to do its job. But right now, I'm asking for permission to go into this stretch. My hamstrings have to give me permission. My side body's giving me a little bit of permission to do that. And I really need to listen to that body and say, okay, how far do you want me to go? And that's all right. Maybe you'll go a little further in a moment. Just keep breathing into your belly. Very nice. I'm going to find butterfly pose, so I'm going to put my little soles of my feet together out in front of me, and they don't have to be super close to your body. They can be wherever feels comfortable to you. And in this pose, I'm going to go ahead and stretch forward. Again, just asking permission, letting my body guide how far down I go. You're going to feel the stretch probably right in your inner thigh. Maybe in your lower back. Just continue to breathe through as you stretch down. Wonderful. I'm going to slowly stretch back up. My left hand is going to find my right knee. My right hand comes slightly behind me. And I go ahead and add a nice twist here. Asking permission, honoring where my body wants me to go. And then back to the front. And same thing on the other side. So right hand comes to left knee, left hand sweeps behind just a little bit. We take a nice twist to the left, looking over your left shoulder. Wonderful. When we find center, we just take a breath here. We're going to roll up into tabletop. So we'll find tabletop. If you can, try to keep your knees right underneath your hips and your wrists right underneath your shoulder if possible. Legs straight behind you. And as we go forward, we're going to do some cat-cow. So the cat, the inhale is the cow, where we're going to look up, stretch up, inhale. And then exhale on the cow as we reach up. And arch your back. Let your head drop. Relax your neck. Cow looks up, inhale. Cat, exhale. Try to keep your core engaged if you can. Just honoring that body, whatever it wants to do today. Thinking about our breath a little bit. Exhale. A couple more of these. Get the spine moving just a little. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, one more to exhale. Exhale, perfect. While we're in tabletop, we're going to let our hips circle. So we're just going to pick a direction, whichever you'd like. We'll just circle our hips just a little bit. It's going to warm up your lower back, warm up your hips just a bit. Breathing down into your belly. These circles can be little, these circles can be big. However you want to move, just allowing your body to sort of feel and move and breathe. Find center, and we're going to go in the other direction now. So whichever way you were just going, just reverse it. Excellent. You can feel your hips moving a little, your lower back is stretching. Even your shoulders might start to be stretching as you're moving your hips, because maybe your shoulders are moving as well. Good, and we'll find center here. We're going to do a little bit of balancing. So I'm going to have us sweep our right foot back. I might have to move forward just a little here. So right foot comes back. If you can, keep your toe pointed to the ground. And if you feel comfortable, allow your left arm to sweep up in front of you. So we're going to try to keep our core engaged. If you lose your balance and come come down, don't worry about it. Just find your way back up to hold. Excellent, and we'll release it down. We're going to do the other side. So left foot up, right foot hand comes out, straight ahead of you. Keeping an eye focus on one point will help you balance. And breathing with your navel in towards your spine. And release it. Excellent. We're going to do the other side again. So, right leg out, left hand forward. Finding that center point to focus on. Navel into spine with your belly. And breathing. And release it. Left foot up. Right hand out. Whew, and release it. Excellent. Let's do one more set. So, right leg out, left hand up. Focusing on that point, trying to keep your core strong and engaged. And release. Perfect. Control it down if you can. Excellent. And then we'll let our hands come down and our legs come down. Now, there is a fun yoga pose called tiger, which I happen to really like. So there's tiger and then there's bound tiger. So tiger, just take that leg and kick it up behind you if you want to. Just like a tiger stretching. There you go. Excellent. We'll bring it back down. We'll shift over and we'll do the other side. So little baby tiger pose. Just like this. And then bring it down. Excellent. And then we'll just go find child's pose for a few breaths. Stretching out the lower back. Perfect. We'll find our way back up to tabletop. We're going to tuck our toes underneath. And we're going to push back into our hands and find down dog. There you go. Now, I like to keep my legs bent just a little bit for my down dog. It's easier for me to keep my back flat. You might be able to get your heels all the way to the ground, or maybe not. Either way, it's fine. We're going to take that right foot, kick it up, gently sweep it, or walk it. You can walk it too, just like this. Right in between your front hands. Drop your knee down, and we'll find crescent lunge. So arms straight up here. Take a nice stretch up, finding your balance. Now, as you're in your crescent lunge, we're going to try to keep your knee over your ankle stacked and knee over hip stacked if possible. Okay? Also, think about where your leg is. If your knee starts to stack in just a little, just sort of press it back out so that everything is in alignment or as much as possible. Excellent. Pour in if you can. Perfect. And then we're going to go ahead and do a little half split. So we're going to bring our toes up just a little bit. Keep a micro bend into your knee here. And you're going to try to stay tall and come forward. Now, if you have blocks, this is where maybe you want to block or two. Because you can put your blocks right here next to your foot. can bring your toes up just like this. Keep your back as long as possible. And stretch it out. So you're stretching out your calf muscle and your hamstrings right here too. Nice stretch down to our half split. Maybe you don't need your blocks today. Maybe you sink right to the floor with your upper body. And that is perfect too, wherever you are. We're just honoring ourselves. Excellent. And we'll bring ourselves back up to crescent for a moment. And down to prayer hand. Excellent. We're going to do a little revolved triangle. So I'm going to take my left elbow to my right knee. And we're just going to have a nice twist here. Seeing if we can keep the hips straight. And still breathing. And we'll release back to center. And relax for a moment. We'll take our blocks, put them to the side. We'll bring our leg back to tabletop. We're going to find down dog. Tuck toes, up. Keep a little micro bend to your knee, or more, depending on where you are. Left leg comes up. And again, you can walk it, just like this, or sweep it right in between your hands. And we're going to let our knee come down. We'll do crescent lunge this side. Again, thinking about stacking the knee if you can, keeping the hip right over. Excellent. And then we'll go ahead and grab our blocks again, put them right here on either side of this foot. And I'm going to go move myself back as I sink, keeping this a little bit of a micro bend. You don't want to lock the knee out because you can actually hurt yourself that way. So just find your bend. There we go. And then nice and tall through your upper back if you can. And just stay here for a moment in the stretch. Core strong. If you are so inclined, you can actually just relax into it. Round shoulders if you want to. Feeling that stretch. I feel it all the way back into my glute. And then come back up. We'll move our blocks over. We'll bring our hands up. Find prayer. And we'll do a revolved twist in this direction to the left. Oopsies. If you lose your balance, don't even worry about it. Just smile, honor where you are in this moment. It's all good. So we're just taking a nice stretch here as we twist. Gentle twist. Excellent. And then back down with your hand. Perfect. And then bring your leg back. We're going to tuck toes up into down dog, little micro bend to your knee, or maybe more of a bend. Nice flat back, or as flat as you can get it. We're going to take that right foot up, and then we're going to step it forward. We're going to step up with the other foot. That's nice forward fold here. Bend your knees. Stack up vertebra by vertebra. Wonderful. Straight to your mat. Awesome. Doing great. So I wanted to do a little bit of, can you see me? I hope so. I wanted to do just a little bit of balancing work with our leg. So, as I do want to do tree today. Now, with the balancing work, you can bring a chair over. I'm going to grab a chair real fast, so I have it. You have a chair, the wall works, or if you don't want to have anything, that's fine too. So we're going to start by just bringing our right leg up and holding it with our right hand around the knee, grounding down into that left leg. It's easiest if you pick a focal point on the wall to sort of stare at, and hand on hip and core strong. So you're trying to bring your navel in to your spine. That's going to help you. I'll just stay here for a few breaths. If you need the chair, this is where this chair comes in. It's going to help you find your balance. And even with the chair, if you were to lose your balance and come out, no worries. Find yourself right back to center. And then gently, we're going to start to open this leg. Bring this leg up. Still looking straight ahead and balancing. Maybe you go to your chair. Chair is nice to have just in case you need it. Or the wall. And then we'll bring our leg back to center. And we'll gently float our leg down. Beautiful, perfect. And we'll give the other leg a break for a second. And we'll just do a little hand sweeps up. Little forward fold. Bend your knee. Stretching up, bending in. Excellent. And then back up, vertebra by vertebra, standing tall. All right. So we're going to go ahead and we'll do this side. So left foot up. Left hand comes to left knee, holds. Right hand comes to hip. And we're just going to balance for a few moments here. Nice breath. You want to keep a little micro bend into this standing knee. Also think about grounding down into your heel and into the ball of your foot right behind your big toe and into your pinky toe as well if you can. So, very good. And we're going to gently open up this left side just a little bit. If you're too close to your chair, that's all right. I'm a little bit close to my chair. Just breathing, keeping my focus on one point. We'll bring our leg back in front and release it and let it just float down, keeping everything calm, perfect, beautiful, love it. We'll sweep our hands up and find forward fold again, bending the knee as we let our head go. A nice relaxed breath here. Very good. Vertebra by vertebra, we're going to gently come back up. Perfect. And now we're going to practice our tree. There's a few options for tree. You can always have a chair, use the wall, whatever you need to find your stability. The first option is just keeping your foot on the ground. Your right toe stays on the ground, right heel comes onto your foot, and then into prayer hands. So very easy because you have both feet on the ground. So even this might be challenging. And and that's okay, because we're just wherever we are. That's perfect. We're honoring our bodies today. Your second option is to bring up onto your calf muscle right here, watching the knee. So you want to stay below the knee if you can. And then to prayer hand here. Okay. And your third option would be to bring this leg all the way up into your inner thigh. And again to prayer hand. So we'll find our tree however you'd like, either with your foot on the floor, on the calf muscle, or on your inner thigh. And as you do so, keeping a micro bend in that front knee, in the knee that's grounded, on the ground, that left knee. And keeping a thought of your foot grounding into the ball of your foot, the pinky toe, and of course your heel. If you can, 3 points. Some people have 4 points that they like to do on their foot, and that's fine too. And then we're gonna go ahead and release our leg down. That was excellent, you guys, you did great. We're gonna take a nice sweep up for a moment. We're gonna go back down to our forward fold, bend your knees, float down, just giving your body a break, giving that left leg a little bit of a break. Awesome. And bring your hands back up. Sweep them up one more time. To reach to the sky. It's like a tree, your branches, your little leaves. I love it. We're gonna do the other side. So, same principles on this leg. You have a choice. You can come here with your ball of your foot on the floor. You can come to your calf muscle, or you can come all the way up into your inner thigh. You can have your chair, your wall if you need to. Hands on hips if that's easier. Prayer hands if you can. Finding your balance. Remember to keep your focus on one point on the wall if you can. That does help. And also breathing, keeping your core engaged. Micro bend to that knee that's strong, that right leg. Your trunk of your tree. Your little foot is your roots, so strong down into the ground. Just staying here and breathing. And then we're going to go ahead and release it. We'll release this leg and just let it float down again. Woohoo! Same thing. We're going to stretch up. Now we're going to micro bend our knees, come down, forward fold. You can lift halfway, straighten your back up just a little bit, and then fold down and relax everything down. Very good. You all did wonderful on that tree. I'm gonna go ahead and take my chair back over here. Move it back over. Find my way down the easy seat for a moment. Keeping my feet out in front of me just a little bit. We're going to practice our boat pose. This is just a little bit of strengthening for us. I love it personally. I feel like my stomach and my core gets really engaged with this one. Again, we have a few options here. So, for boat pose, the easiest way and a modified version is just if you need to keep your feet on the ground and just bring your core back just a little bit here. This may be enough for you because you're going to feel it fire just a little here, bringing your navel into your spine. And if you just want to stay here, honoring your body today, that's perfect. If you want to have a little bit of a deeper pose, We're going to we'll float our feet up off of the ground, okay? And hands come right out next to your knees, and we hold here. We're going to try to keep a nice flat back. I know I naturally have a curve to my back just a little bit, so I'm working on that. But you want to have a nice flat back. And bringing that core up and in to hold. And then we'll just float back to the mat with our feet, and we'll release it. So that's going to be the two options right now that I have for boat pulls. So we'll do 2 more rounds of those. So if you want, if you'd like, float your legs up first, and then bring your hands and hold. Still breathing. And release it. Good. And if you shake a little, that's okay. That's your core working. I can feel myself shaking today. And it's perfect because I know my body wanted to work just a little bit. It didn't want to have to work too hard today, but it did want to work a little bit. So we'll do 1 more. So I'm going to float my legs first. And then I'm going to release my hands forward. Still breathing. Trying to bring my navel up and in. Excellent. Float your feet back down. Perfect. Good. And then we're going to find our way down to our mat. Relaxing down. We'll do a little waterfall pose. Both legs up. Here, and just let that sort of stretch down for a moment. Good, we're gonna let our legs come long. We're gonna bring one leg up, bring our hands around our thigh, mindful of your knee, and we'll just gently bring it towards us. Maybe it doesn't go very far today. If you need to, you can always bend your knee just a little bit to release just a little bit of that tension if you need. Or you can straighten it up to give yourself a bigger stretch. It's up to you. We're gonna let that leg come long. Go ahead, lift that left leg up. Hands come around your hamstring, watching for your knee. Nice stretch. Perfect. And then we'll bring our knees to our stomach just a little. We're going to rock up, 2, and then rock all the way up if you'd like. Perfect. Woo. Excellent. And we're just going to take a nice stretch forward here. Just over, easy seat. Beautiful. We'll kick our legs out in front of us again. We're going to find our way down to the mat. Go ahead and let both legs fall to the right. Maybe you open up your left arm and your right arm out away from you. And you take a nice gaze over that left side as your legs fall to the right. And you're looking to the left. And we're just sort of staying here and stretching and breathing for a moment. legs to center, and we'll gently let them swing over. Our right gaze, our eyes goes over our right shoulder. And we just take a moment here, just thinking about all that our body did for us today. And thanking it. Excellent. And if you're ready, you can go ahead and allow your legs to come out in front of you, and we'll find Shavasana. During your Shavasana today, I'm going to go ahead and play some of the crystal bowls for you, so I do hope you enjoy it. So we'll start to bring our awareness back to our body. Maybe wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes just a little bit. Start to come back to yourself. Finding where you are right now. Thanking your body for all it did today, all it's going to do tonight for you. Maybe bring your legs to the side. Slowly start to come up. There you go. Into a seated position. Wonderful. Perfect. Well, thank you so much for coming to class today. I certainly enjoyed having you, and I'll be available for any questions or comments immediately after this class. I'd love to hear from you all. I appreciate everything that you've done today.